Hey guys, it's Mo. I did want to get this story out to you guys. Sorry about the internet, craziness. Not the smartest crayon in the box when I thought, hey, I'll just do this while Mr. Mo is working on electrical stuff on the other side of the house. I was greatly informed that just because he's on the other side of the house doesn't mean that he didn't have to turn off the, internet stuff or do stuff that made it wonky. So that was a my bad, not a his bad. I wasn't using my thinking cap. That being said, I did wanna get this story out to you guys because what in the Schnell is going on in this woman's head other than circus music and what the hell? Now, the kidnapper who held Elizabeth Smart captive for months was arrested after she visited parks. Now, when you are a offender on certain kind of lists, you are not allowed to go to places where children could conceivably be. It's kind of what we call protection for the rest of us who aren't human, like trash monsters. Like, we aren't the human embodiment of demonic forces of evil. So, we can go enjoy nature's parks and such. You chose evil, so no park for you. Like, no soup for you, no park for you. The woman convicted uh, of kidnapping Elizabeth Smart over 2 decades ago, so I it doesn't seem like it's been 20 years, but it has been 20 years since the Elizabeth Smart, incident, kidnapping, and trial. Was arrested Thursday for violating her offender probation. Wanda Barzee, who abducted a then 14-year-old Smart with her husband, Brian David Mitchell, in 2002, was or is accused of illegally visiting Liberty Park and Sugar Horse Park in Salt Lake, Utah. The 79-year-old reportedly told a Salt Lake Police Department that God, yes, capital God, told her to go visit green spaces to, quote, sit on benches and feed ducks. Could he also possibly not have sent you like a little text message or something in your cranium to not abduct children out of their houses and allow your gross, disgusting, Jethro looking, husband to assault them? Could God have possibly sent you a little, reminder about that shit? I love how God tells these people, all this stuff doesn't remind them, "Thou shalt not kill," or, kidnap or, assault. Really is weird what God tells these people selectively. I mean, maybe because I don't know. I'm just throwing that one out there, though. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm no theologian. Who knows? But, on instructions from God, she was in the park to feed ducks. Now, she is not allowed to visit parks due to her status as a gross, disgusting human dumpster fire trash human being, according to records obtained by the outlet. Now, Barzee was reportedly released on the condition that she continues to call authorities once a week, attend court hearings, and not commit any criminal offenses. Well, I'm reassured that nothing bad is going to happen. Now, the two parks are located less than 10 miles from her Salt Lake City home, according to KUTV. In 2002, Barzee and Mitchell, who was a street preacher, went through an open window and abducted Smart from her Salt Lake City bedroom at knife point. Now, the teen was assaulted in just the gross way on a nearly daily basis and lived with a couple in rundown homes and campsites in Utah and San Diego. And I didn't, deeply dive into this case, but I remember listening to Elizabeth Smart, talking about the assaults and everything, and um, her intense struggle with shame and feeling worthless because, in her faith, in the LDS faith, it is there is nothing before marriage, and it broke my heart when she felt like she was worthless and broken because of what these people had done to her, that she might never get married or have children because she didn't know if anyone would see past her brokenness, and it just oh my gosh, it broke my heart. It seems like I do believe she's married and has children now and, found someone that loved her, but she was not broken. These people are broken. These people are garbage, and but it broke my heart that, she had taken this in on herself and seen it as, something because of her deep religious, faith that I'm sure did help her through some deeply dark times when she was in captivity, but then also made her feel worthless because through no action of her own, things happened. So I am glad that but that's the biggest part that I remember from the Elizabeth Smart case, and it was just heartbreaking to me, like, it broke my heart. Now, Smart was found 9 months later after a Good Samaritan, and thank you, whoever you were, Good Samaritan, seeing the trio walk through a suburb of Sandy, Utah, called the police. And this is, the pair of greasy douche canoes. I see a little Lori Vallow in here. No comment, just saying. Now, Mitchell was sentenced to life behind bars after being convicted of the assault and kidnapping. Now, I'm not using the word, but you know what? It rhymes with, well, grape. So and I hope he is a fan and collective, recipient of all the Gen Pop justice allegedly in Minecraft. And don't drop the soap, sir. Although, please do drop the soap, sir. Allegedly. Now, in 2010, Barzee, so the chick, was sentenced to spend 15 years in prison, but her time behind bars was cut short. Why? Again, why female privilege for monsters? No, no female privilege for monsters. The rack of justice does not allow this. Now, she was set free 5 years early in 2018 when Utah authorities said that they had miscalculated the amount of time that she should have served. Now, Barzee was on supervised release for 5 years and required to receive mental health treatment. And she was banned from contacting, Smart, her family, or anyone really involved in the case. Now, so Smart now, and God bless this incredibly brave young lady. I mean, honest to goodness. Smart, now a married mother in her 30s, was outraged that Barzee was able to leave the prison early and demanded she go to a mental health facility instead of being free. Smart claimed that the freed felon saw me as her slave, called me her handmaiden, and she never hesitated to let her displeasure with me be known. Now, Smart also spoke out when the parolee decided to rent an apartment near an elementary school shortly after her sentence ended. Quote, every possible precaution and protection should be taken when it comes to protecting our children. Whether a person is deemed a current threat or they have a history of CA, neglect, or, the, the grossness, etc., prudent measures should be taken, including housing them as far away from, possible schools, family, and children's centers. Smart wrote in a statement, yes, it's called Godoy. I mean, how many times do we have to go around this rigmarole and be told by, smart psychologists and, therapists who have many, many years of working with, these people with these predilections to know that you cannot cure people of these predilections, and we just need to buy Greenland and send them all to it. We will partition from the regular Greenlandians. I don't know what you call yourselves, but we need just a Hunger Games island. I am done. You know what? No, we're just buying Greenland. We're sending all the gross people there. Sorry, Greenland will open up Wyoming for you. Okay. It's an exchange program. You get, casserole, and we get a place to send all our gross people. Write down in the comments where you would send all the gross people. I have, when I am elected president of the, Mooniverse, I will, of course, be, annexing Snake Island and Greenland, but, we can always talk about Mars or the moon. because 'cause I'm kind of okay with that too. Space science and streaming of convicts in space, Mo's new plan. You know what? Because 'Cause I'm getting real tired of, people getting released who have every, possibility of still being harmful, and we are just told, "Well, they've done their again, we just it's like patterns, what are those? Anyhoozle, I did wanna get this out to you. Again, apologies for the, well, just failed and foobar stream this morning, but stay kind, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but have a sassy mouth and carry a can of bitch fire because kindness doesn't equal doormat. Bye, you guys.